Hi, this is Kayla Stout, and I will be talking to you about China. This is a map of China and its cities and regions. Population growth in China. China's population has been increasing exponentially with more than 20 million people in Beijing alone. China wants to create a megacity to cover roughly 3 countries. It would bring cleaner air, higher technology, and boost economy. This megacity would bring great opportunities to China if it were implemented. With more people comes a greater need for transportation. China's plan is to expand the public transportation system with higher technology and cut down on pollution. It would help ease traffic to get people where they need to go and create a safer means of traveling for everyone. Women in China experience great levels of discrimination in the form of violence and disrespect. 25% of women have experienced domestic violence, and in the workplace, they are unwanted. They are oftentimes unhired because companies don't want to deal with maternity leave, and they are disrespected. Despite China's efforts to protect women, the laws are oftentimes not enforced, leaving loopholes and unclear laws. If we can work together to find a solution, it will benefit many countries and women globally. In the past 2 decades, China has planted trees to cover almost 20% of the country to reverse damage caused by economic growth throughout the country. The goals of this countrywide reforestation are to eliminate some pollution and increase energy. Despite the amount of trees planted, there's concern over the quality for wildlife to live there. In recent years, China has built numerous airports, cities, factories, etc. to increase their GDP. While it seems like it would be a great economy booster, many of these airports and cities have become abandoned and unused. This is because people haven't been able to help them flourish, and they haven't had a need for them. Many of these areas have drained money rather than increase it. In 2012, the beginnings of a free trade agreement began, including some 16 nations, including China. It would bring unity to all the countries involved. Despite its many positives, the farmers would take the hardest hit. They would have to seek other jobs, and the big corporations would squash them and take their land. While this conflict only hinders a small amount of people, it would affect the country as a whole. Every year, poachers kill some 30,000 elephants for their tusks to sell the ivory that comes from it, which has created a scarcity of elephants worldwide. To stop this, China is closing as many ivory facilities as possible in hopes of saving the elephants. If poachers were allowed to continue this pattern, elephants would go extinct and affect the rest of the world negatively. I'm Kayla Stout, and this is China.